lady living in the Darklands, the heart of the Darklands, Aotearoa, the land of the long white cloud. But I'll just call it the heart of the Darklands. Right, I'm Lady. Okay. Something really weird is going on with the mental health system. And what is concerning me were a certain church involved with the illegal forced drugging of mentally ill and mentally disabled people. And were they involved with illegal door knockers, police, ex-doctors, ex-healthcare professionals that are pro destruction in the health system? Or were they being told by the certain church, two church pastors, which I'm not going to name for legal reasons? I can't say anything about the church for legal reasons. I don't want to cause controversy or whatever. Something's not right. Something is just definitely not right with this bloody corrupt system we've got. What is going to happen when they start to notice that we as a nation are getting sick and tired of the same stuff with churches and forced vaccination and forced drugging? What the hell's going on? But were they involved? And I do believe that there was a certain medical group called Whānau Ora that this church pastor here in the Darklands, I don't know what part of the Darklands, but a certain church pastor, was he involved in the strategic planning of forced vaccination door knockers? I'm bringing this up, people, because this is really concerning. This is really frightening. And with those letters that were sent to certain people in our freedom community and any sort of activist community, were they done deliberately to warn, fight, scaremonger, psychologically twist and torture people into a mode of fear where they get all panicky and start freaking out? Was this a scaremongering act by the two pastors that were involved, or supposedly, allegedly involved, with the forced drugging and forced vaccinating? This concerns me on a high number of levels. We're seeing people just literally getting sick from jungle juice that has been pushed from a syringe through, and then it's been put into a vial, pushed through a vial into the syringe, placed into the person's body. That does not make sense. There's got to be something done to stop this genocidal so-called church group who do certain programs for, say, empowerment. If any injury has been caused from any injection, God knows what they have put in those things, those scary things. If any injury has occurred at any of the addresses for this church car park or for any of the whānau ora clinics that a certain church pastor and his wife were involved in. It's really weird that a pro-life, pro-vax, we could say, pro-vax people who are friends with certain people in another health organisation, which is ghastly and corrupt, and very good friends of the church pastors, were involved, and with it, and the two church, but we know who these people are, and their name is being smeared because of the corrupt authoritarian ways that people are being treated mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, but being blackmailed or forced into fear or forced into some sort of intimidation if they don't take blah, blah, blah. If they don't do this, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. You know, we are the protectors of the disabled people. For Christ's sake. You know, this is fear-driven. Churches should not be forcing their issues. You know, if a person is not vaxxed, they get sick, there's other ways you can heal yourself. You know, don't listen to people that say there's no way if they can't help you. Because there are ways that people heal and people get relief. There's alternative methods that are proven to work. Might not work for everyone, but there's other things that can be used. Instead of, here you go, here's a jab, it's supposed to protect you from this and this and this. But we know jabs, vaccines have been used as a bioweapon to harm and, you know, do things separately, for Christ's sake. What are we seeing? We're seeing this corruption led by a certain church and some very powerful people, you know. If you want to hear the full story, go and watch Counterspin Media. You'll find a lot of it on there, but I am not going to say what happened. But it was a certain church that had a testing station in their car park. They also had jab clinics as well. This is just not on. I thought churches were about a place of spiritual healing. I thought they were to teach you wrong from right. But a jab clinic in a church car park? A testing station in a church car park? How's bells? What is going on? What the hell in blue blazes are we talking about here? But I believe if any harm has occurred from any of those places that have been mentioned, that this church, so-called church, that's meant to empower people and lift people up and uplift them to heal spiritually, has done wrong, shouldn't they be told to get out? Because there's not, let's face it, we're living in a world where we've been denied our rights. We've been denied basic human rights. We've been denied things because people are so stupid. They have been mind controlled by the TV. Or if you go out, and you're not jab, you can't come here and eat. For a certain jab that's been mentioned so many times, and it drove me insane, mentally insane. Seeing all the COVID, the Scamford update, the COVID update, that mentally drained me so terribly that I could not, look at the TV. I'd have to put music on, or watch a movie, or read a book, or do something to distract myself, because hearing those things on the TV, these bloody alerts, drove me to the brink of insanity. That's my lived experience with some of it. If this is happening, and people are suffering, nobody is being held accountable for the lives that have been harmed by this bioweapon that has been put into people's arms, and absorbed through the body. Look what's going on. Look what's going on. If the church would just open up and admit and repent, this would be okay. But now the church also has a political party. Now, this so-called party, or whatever it's called, I'm not going to reference to it. I don't want anything bad to happen. But if this church is a political party, they need to admit and tell New Zealand, the Darklands, the heart of the Darklands at Otiroa, that they had a car park full of testing booths, testing stations, jabby clinics. They just need to admit to their own sin, you know what I mean. And the other church pastor should be ashamed of himself. You know who you are. Dark's coming to light. Dark's coming to light. That's what I'm going to say. People need to wake up and see what is going on. You bring certain MPs, you bring certain places, and the system, this is what they call a system. It's disgusting. All needs to be done to stop the corruption. But no one is listening. You see it all on social media about the certain place where they had testing stations, and then another church pastor of the same church goes on that they have testing stations and And we wanted them to feel safe and wanted them to feel this. And now she's turning around and saying that she never said that. But it's true, she's all on record saying it. National television. But why wasn't it, if it was that church pastor, maybe something weird was going on. But they had testing stations. This is no word of a lie. The evidence is there on Counterspin Media, but I am not saying who they are because they're just making a fool of themselves. Something's just got to stop with this bloody church. I mean, their inhumanity, how they treat people is quite sad. The empowerment programs that they offer. How many, well, if they claim that their programs work, how much of a success rate is it? How many people haven't committed suicide from this? But if they have, why was that? You've got to question what you know. And if the woman empowerment program works, how many people have committed suicide? How many people haven't? But no one's telling the truth. I reckon there'll be a truth about what's happening, because you've got to look around you and see what's going on before it is stopped. And nobody will get the issue until the perpetrators of these dumbass clinics that have given poison to just about every person in this country, in this dark land, have seen the full reality and self-realisation. What they told you was a complete lie, telling you a jab does all this and this and this, and you have to do it for your communities, do it for your blah blah and blah. It's not right. But we need to reevaluate how we put vaccinations into contrast. I'm not really I am partially anti-vax. I am anti-vax. But I'm not saying who I am. I'm just lady living in the darklands. But, I'm just so against the harm that this poison has done. Can't we just sit back? But we can't sit back. If you've got people suffering, go and help them. Get them taken care of by naturopaths, health shops, or just take them to the doctor. Tell them what's happening. Try and get some sort of understanding into what they're going through. I'm stunned. I'm blown away. I'm just shocked that we've got such a manipulated pack of wolves that are going through. This is the worst sad current state of affairs that I've ever seen in my own country. And now we're under watchful eye of the corrupt fools and clowns running this place. But what happens if all the pharmaceutical companies went broke tomorrow? But you had all the natural ones still going. They were still going on like they, had stuff to sell or give the communities all the prescriptions. We've got to think harder. and just say enough's enough with the jungle juice and the syringe. Enough of the lies, church, so-called church. You know, you need to come clean. Hand yourselves in to law enforcement. Suffer the consequence of your own actions. Tell all those people in your church to get some sort of healing. Pay for what you've done. This has to stop now. Because we can see through what you're doing. Because we know you are going to see what has happened. This is all another reason why you contradicted yourselves when you did not see the truth coming, Mr. Churchman. Something you've done has not been right. Who have you been delving with or hanging out with? Is it true that you know someone of the health department or health setting, or is it true that you support forced vaccination? If something doesn't add up, Mr. Church Pastor. That time you're in that mall here in the Darklands, in this part of the Darklands, is it true you had a Vax pass? I'm starting to wonder, are you vaccinated, Mr. Church Pastor of the so-called church, that you do all these empowerment programs with all your little mates, or your minions I should call them? Makes me wonder. We're just living, breathing people, but we thrive without fear. We thrive without abuse from the media, abuse from the politicians, abuse from mainstream healthcare professionals that force the jab on people, and other illegal forced drug treatments that are done without consent, or the person's consent without the time, even if they are sectioned into mental health. I'm just getting sick and tired of what we're becoming, you know. Gosh, I don't know how you sleep at night knowing people are suffering from the poisons that you're giving them. But sometimes when you take alternative medicine, you get better on it, you know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I just wish the people, I'm not trying to force my opinions on people, but I'm just so angry that we've got a whole group of people who've been manipulated and violated, you know. It's your body, don't put what you like in it, but if you get sick, seek help immediately. Listen to yourself. Be aware of what you do. That's all I'm trying to say. So that was Lady Living in the Darklands, the heart of the Darklands, Aotearoa, the land of the long white cloud, Aotearoa. But we know who you are associated with, Mr. Church Pastors and Mrs. Church Pastors and all God knows what you are delving into, but I know you're a powerful group of people that have done nothing caring to help the ones who are suffering. You can go on all your bloody holidays, but Vex injury is real. Don't deny it, don't hide it. Vaccine injury is so real. This is no word of a lie, people. Don't be fooled by church pastors and certain government organisations that may be pro-jab, but they are pro-harm. Don't be fooled by white coats. Don't be fooled, New Zealand. Don't be fooled. We are walking into a lion's den. No way of trying to deny it now. But, how can you get someone who is vax injured to go and work? It's not right. How do you get them to go to work when their body is falling apart from poison? Beautiful souls, beautiful people have been destroyed. If you have a vax injured friend, go round. Go and talk to them. Go and give them as much support as you can. Even if it's taking them to see a trusted naturopath or helping them get herbs, advice from a pharmacist, advice from a alternative shop or a herbalist or a Reiki healer or a counsellor if they've got mental trauma. This is just criminal what has happened with COVID and things. And it's time to start the healing process. God bless, love and light.